There are various mindsets through which an individual goes in life as he comes in contact with different people and objects. And in the course of those experiences, we develop what we call sangha or attachment because we are interacting with them in the present and thinking about them when we are not interacting with them. So that dhyaito vishyan punsa sangeshte shubhjayate, attachment has been created. Now the attachment does not guarantee that we are going to value the thing. On the contrary, it just shows because the human mind has this enormous ability to take things for granted. It keeps digesting it as the norm, as the way things are supposed to be because of their high expectations. And it has been so ingrained that he doesn't even feel any different about it. A person will value something only if they do not have it, if they never had it, or if they had it and then lost it. In those two situations, when you never had it, or you had it but you lost it, you will value that person, you will value that property, you will value that house, money, car, any of the goods and services, you will value it. Now, if you have it, why will you value it? Seems so normal, natural. You have been with it all the time. How could it be that you could not have an arm or a leg? Doesn't make sense. Human beings have enormous ability to take things for granted the moment they have it. So that is the reason you will see, even if you are longing and yearning for something, if you have it, you will feel a little happy or pleased for a little bit, maybe a day, 2 days, a month, depending on how long you had been longing for it. But eventually that will fade away because of this ability and innate nature of digesting anything you have as being normal. So a billionaire doesn't feel anything abnormal or amazing just because he is a billionaire and is having the highest standard of life. Similarly, a homeless person doesn't feel anything abnormal just because he has been homeless for most of his life. So the state of extreme luxury and the state of extreme misery both seem to be normalized for both two individuals since they do not have a reference frame to compare with. The beggar has been a beggar hopefully all his life, then he will be somewhat content. But if a millionaire has become a homeless person, that is going to be very devastating. Once you have opened an Apple MacBook, going back to the Dell computer is very hard. Once you have had a smartphone, going to a flip phone is going to be very hard. Once you have lived with your wife for many years, and if something happens to her, she dies, you get divorced, you will be devastated. Now, as long as you have a replacement for the first thing, which is same or better than the first thing, you will be well off. So as long as you happen to marry a second individual or meet a person who was better than the first one, then the whole sequence changes. You are actually a little happier than you were before because, hey, this is an upgrade. iPhone 4 has been upgraded to iPhone 5, 6, something better, smarter, longer, sleeker, thinner. What else could you ask? I'm talking about the iPhone here. So basically, once you are able to get rid of something and upgrade to a higher, better version, you will be happy. But if you have nothing to upgrade, then you will long. Dhyaito Vishyan Punsa. The attachment will create a headache, a misery, a suffering for you. For all your life, as long as you remain unattached, as long as the Indriya is divorced from the Indriyartheshu, the guna from the guneshu, the material modes of nature, rajas, will paralyze you. Because you were attached to it, you were enjoying it, seemed so natural and normal, and now suddenly all of it has been eroded. So, remember friends, their valuing things is very much a mindset thing. If you never had something or if you had something and then you lost it, you will value it. When you regain it or gain it for the first time, you will value it for a little bit. But eventually it will start to erode because of Socrates' philosophy. Human beings have enormous ability to take things for granted. Whatever you have, you will feel, you will normalize it. Oh, it is very normal. $1 million? Nothing. What is it? Nothing. So there are no target points. 1 million, 2 million needed, 2 million, 4 million needed. There are no target points. And the third thing is, if you really want to devalue or get rid of something, or let us say if you do not have something and you don't want to value it, then the mind has to constantly castigate, constantly and repeatedly criticize that thing. That is the only way in which you will not value. But that has to be an active reinforcement, because you're trying to fight your subconscious, which has known that thing to be of value, or imagining in the desire plane that it could be valuable. In case of, I want a big mansion. You never had a mansion, but your desire seems to tell you that it might make you happy. So either the craving will make you unhappy, or the desire to get something new which you never had will make you unhappy. The only way to get over this craving from the past experience making you unhappy, or the desire of having something new which you never had, a mansion, not make you unhappy, is to constantly castigate the importance of a mansion, constantly castigate the importance of an iPhone, or a beautiful trophy wife, whatever the case may be that you hold in high regard. If you are able to constantly, repeatedly, intermittently, all the time, somehow find different reasons, 101 reasons why that thing is not needed and is detrimental to your spiritual development, your intellectual development, you will find a way to overcome it, and it will not remain an impediment in your life. And from the same token, if you have lost something which you valued and it has been replaced by something even more fancier, even more appealing, then you will forget the first thing's value. If you happen to have a second phone which is larger, bigger, brighter than the first one, or a girlfriend who is better in some regards, whatever values you hold to be of high regard in based on samskaras, then you will forget the first individual and do better with the second. But if you don't find that, you will be miserable as long as you value the first one. So the lessons here are: decide based on your dharma what things are valuable and good for you in the long run. And the long run is determined by Shreya. Long run is determined by your spiritual development. Once you have decided what is important, lock that decision. Never come back and reassess that decision. Once you have decided something is invaluable or is detrimental to your development, make amends so that it is not devouring your time, in which you will cause adhyatmic, spiritual sadhanas and stuff like that. And once you have it and it's valuable, try to keep remembering and reminding your mind that it is worth something. I have fought really hard for it. And if you keep reminding yourself, the only way to remain in a persistent state is to constantly remind yourself. Remind yourself of the worth of the things which are valuable. It could be your life partner, whom you might have struggled a lot in your college days to have a relationship with, and now you are just looking down upon. Or any object that you have really worked hard for, and now a house, a building, a car, and you have it now. So constantly, repeatedly remind yourself it is very important. Why will you value it when you have it? That is the mindset everybody has developed. So you have to remind yourself that this is not normal, and I have really worked hard for this, and I was really longing for this. That way, this humility, this humbleness, grounded nature, that will make you happy. And at the same token, if you do not have something, or you had something and you lost it and you don't want to value it, it could be impediments in your spiritual development because of some relationships which were malfunctioning, then remind yourself that this was not good for you. And by repeatedly reminding yourself and concreting a certain notion, that way you can make yourself more opinionated. Make yourself believe in whatever notions you hold, and that way you will progress in the spiritual path. So learn to constantly remind yourself of the value of the things you have, especially if you understand in the realm of dharma they are important, and learn to criticize, castigate those things which you do not have and you should not have, because that will make you a miserable person chasing the hedonic treadmill of getting more money, getting more wealth, goods and services, which will not lead to adhyatmic development. So remembering that, you have to establish value and go forward. Jai Shri Ram.